Times have changed tremendously. In 1970, I hung out a shingle by myself at 27 Broad Street, second floor. The steps leading up to the office were extremely steep. I used to tell clients that if you have any sort of cardiac problem, you didn't want to come to my office because the steps were so steep. And I've seen quite a difference. When I first joined the bar, I think it was announced that my group at the Charleston County Bar pushed the bar over 200 lawyers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's over 2,000 lawyers. So we went from 1670 when Charleston was founded to 1970 to get the first 200, and now it's over 2,000. People in the family, friends, etc., always said I should be a lawyer, but I originally started out to go into social work. And I had accepted a fellowship to do social work at the University of South Carolina. When the head of the department convinced me, he said to me, I think you'll be an excellent lawyer. So I gave it some thought, applied to law school, and now the rest is history. I was told by a lot of good friends that Judge Mallard, who was one of the first judges in the family court system, was going to be retiring in 1995. So I withdrew in 1993 and would talk to a lot of dear friends who encouraged me to run when the seat came open in 1995, and I did run, and I was fortunately very successful with that election. I think here in family court, this is where people come with their problems. This is where families are torn apart, children have serious issues. We deal with abused and neglected children, juvenile delinquency, and I feel that the court can make a difference in the lives of these people, not only to just judge their cases, which we're supposed to do, and that's our primary role, but to set out a plan on how they're going to live the rest of their lives and have a better life as a result of their experience. I talk a lot about outcomes. I want the people to leave here with a better outcome than they would have had they not come through the doors of my courtroom. Interestingly enough, today, my last day on the bench, I had a case that I think I will always remember, and it was strictly a coincidence that it came today. One of the few happy things that we do in family court are adoptions, one of the very few happy things we do. And I had the privilege of presiding today over an adoption of a young girl who was about 1.5 years old who had very serious health problems. So serious that they don't know if they can even operate on her, cure her problems, and the parents, the adoptive parents, have been told she might die any day. But the parents went through with the adoption. I will leave with that memory of that beautiful child clutched in her now adoptive mother's arms, and that mother just crying with happiness that she was able to adopt that child. I had heard a custody case that had been going on for almost 2 years, where a child who at that time when I heard it was about 12 years old, and his parents had been fighting over this child. The child went back and forth between mother, father, mother. The psychologist involved said he'd gone from a normal, healthy child to almost a complete hermit. Finally, I awarded mother custody, and we're almost sure, the father called up the child, said some extremely negative things to the child, and the child was home at 12 years old during the day. Mom came home from work and found that the child had hanged himself in the closet. We started a program wherein from filing to the final decision of custody would be a maximum of 90 days, so the child could not get caught in the crossfire between the parents. You have the philosophy of the judge who walks in the courtroom, picks up the file, hears the case, makes a decision, walks out. And that is 100% correct. There's also the philosophy, and I fall into the second category, of the judges who want to affect the process of what happens. Try to create a different way that the cases come in and are dealt with in court. I don't believe I went above and beyond the call of duty. It was just a different path that I chose to go down than other judges might go down. What I would recommend to lawyers is find what excites you. What is your passion? I've always found the passion to be working with people, trying to help people, help the children, and if that excites you, do it. Do it. It will be financially rewarding. You may make more money, less money, but you will have the satisfaction of knowing that the education that you received to become a professional person was able to help you live your passion. And that's the way that's what I think law is and should be.